Assalamualaikum. Good evening, viewers. Uh, Recently, I've started this session with you where I will conduct the program in English language as well. We've been talking about terrorism in Pakistan in the last program, and I promise you that I will discuss some other economical and social problems in Pakistan in the coming program. So here I am with another episode. I hope you like the last one, and please comment and let me know that you want me to carry on these sessions with you. So viewers, today I want to talk about the mini budget that you will see about a day or a 2 day by tomorrow, I guess, and why this mini budget is happening. Because the real budget which was presented in June 2021-22, that federal budget was not very realistic. I have mentioned this in my article when I wrote that in June, after the federal budget for 21-22 has been presented. I told that this is the story of uncatchable dreams, because we have set the target of 900 billion rupees, which was very unrealistic and which was unachievable, because in 2021 budget we have capped the target of about 600 to 700 billion rupees, and we've been deficited for that. So for each quarter the deficit was on carrying on like a snowball effect. So if we were not able to achieve that, how we were able to achieve this 900 billion with corona economy and with a great setback by our donors, because we've been negotiating with them and they were not ready to release the funds. And locally, of course, our revenue is not going on. The industrial condition, the industrial growth was negative, the agricultural growth was negative, the entrepreneurship part of the society was not encouraged, and unemployment was at its highest peak. Inflation converted into hyperinflation, even stagflation. In such conditions, how can you expect that you will achieve 900 billions? Anyways, now the 2021 is going to finish in few days, and I have no clue that how government will collect revenues in these few days. So our recent negotiation with the IMF, and as usual, we have given them the cry and sad stories of our bankruptcy and our financial crunch and our lack of liquidity and lack of growth, and how we have to achieve the growth of 5% when our industry is not working, when every single institution is in default condition and is in deficit condition. So how can we collect these revenues? So as usual, IMF has suggested few things, and now that was our decision how we carry on with those things. So in the recent negotiation, on the basis of which the IMF released the fund of 1.05 billion, which you have received a week back. So in those negotiations, the government has agreed upon that they will show the adjustment of 800 billion rupees. Of course, from 900 they have converted into 800 billion, and IMF asked us to show that how they will collect this. So they have given us some suggestions, out of which our finance minister agreed on one. That was that we will cut down the subsidies of rupees 365 billion. Those subsidies are given to small industries, medium industries, and to some extent large industries. So as a result of that, because government has agreed, the government is going to present the mini budget, in which what they are going to do, I will share with you. They are going to cut down the subsidies of rupees 360 billion, and these subsidies were given to the industries which produce not only the consumer items but the industrial items as well. These include the basic necessity everyday usage items like bread, eggs, milk, packaged and non-packaged milk, meat, chicken, fish, poultry, plants, machinery for electricity generation, for solar generation, for wind. So, wind energy, all these are going to be taxed. The 17.95% GST will be imposed on all these items. Now the government has planned that they will collect total of rupees 365 billion by this. Total in these are the 140 essential and industrial goods, and they will increase the income tax rate on the phone calls also by 50%. The prices of goods including milk, cereals, bakery items, meat, chicken, gold, bicycles, cars including electric cars, mobile phones, they all will be raised because the 17%, the 17.95% GST will be imposed. So already this hyperinflation that we are facing, that will go in stagflation, which is impossible to get at and address. Well, as I told you that 50% increase in the phone call rates, and on the cellular services, the tax will be increased by 10 to 15%, which will generate the revenue of 5 billion. Actually, this particular things, the call rate will increase. This will affect the very small industry like Food Panda, like Uber, small entrepreneurs. In short, the infant e-commerce industry that just came into being about 5 years ago. People converted themselves on the Facebook pages and website sites, and they used to sell their own products, and they started their own businesses. Such entrepreneurship actually build up societies, build up the economy. We have the examples of America as well. But in our case, it just started. A very small chunk of people is related to that. But again, these businesses which are of very small investment, these will suffer by this GST they are going to impose on them. So, another announcement finance minister made, that he said 17% GST on import stage of nearly 80 items, and most of these 80 items are the essential goods. And again, 17.95% GST on the raw material for the manufacturing of medicines. So already these life-saving drugs are out of reach for the common people. They will not be accessible anymore. Also, the prices will increase, almost doubled. Now the question arises, in such conditions, where all the essential items are out of the reach of the people, how you are going to tackle this economy, how the government is making policies. Of course, we are defaulted. And when at this stage, you, being the Prime Minister of Pakistan, mock the people of Pakistan and say that this is the cheapest country to live in, you are actually making jokes about the miserable conditions, the miserable life of the common people. So this joker Prime Minister of ours, which is very handsome indeed, is making us miserable, and he has no conscience about it. So the thing I want to say that are all economical indicators and all the current situation, and even our donors know this, that we are almost defaulted. So it just, we have to make it official. Your banks don't have the money anymore. State Bank cannot borrow from them. Government has already borrowed enough from the commercial banks that they are defaulted. So the next cut will be on the National Savings Scheme, which would be the very drastic step, and maybe this would be the last nail in the coffin of the common people, which are almost dead. So what should we do? We should raise the voice. Yes, we should do that. Let's do that, and let's talk about that. What can be the solution of this? And please comment and tell me that how you see or you perceive all these things, and how do you see that these things can be reversed so the economy can flourish and grow. Thank you very much. Allah Hafiz.